Hello and thanks for joining us from our studios in Israel. I'm Aaron Porras here with ILTV's Morning Briefing.
The Israeli courts made a huge decision yesterday in a very controversial case. A military judge has denied the appeal of ELOR AZARIA, upholding the manslaughter charges and sticking to the 18-month sentencing. Now, Prime Minister Netanyahu has joined the voice of AZARIA's defenders and posted on Facebook that he will recommend a full presidential pardon for AZARIA from President Reuven Rivlin. AZARIA was convicted earlier this year for killing an incapacitated teenage Palestinian assailant while he was an IDF soldier. Video footage of the incident went viral, throwing the case into the global spotlight. But shockwaves from the court's new decision are being felt all over Israel, dividing politicians and the population alike again. AZARIA's lawyers now face the difficult decision of how to proceed with the case. They can file another appeal and take this trial all the way to the Israeli Supreme Court, or they can let AZARIA begin serving his jail time, which is the only way they can obtain a presidential pardon. Either way, this is going to be an ongoing story. The Jordanian media has just made public the identity of the Israeli security guard involved in the killing of 2 Jordanians at the Israeli embassy compound last week. News sites have published a picture of the guard's diplomatic ID card, revealing the photo and name of 28-year-old Ziv Moyal. Moyal shot and killed a Jordanian teenager who had stabbed him with a screwdriver at the embassy compound, killing a nearby Jordanian bystander in the crossfire too. The incident has ignited an international conflict that continues to worsen. The guard and the entire embassy staff was allowed to return to Israel after an intense day of diplomatic talks, but shortly after, Jordan charged the guard with 2 counts of murder and announced they wouldn't reopen the Israeli embassy until Israel prosecuted the guard in court. Worse still, now that the guard's name is out, his family fears for retribution attacks. Following everything that's happened in the Temple Mount over the last 2 weeks, this is one crisis that's coming at a very tense time in Israeli-Jordanian relations. With the dust in Jerusalem finally starting to settle, Palestinian Authority President Mahmoud Abbas has just announced a $20 million payout to support the recovery of East Jerusalem Palestinians. According to Channel 2 News, the PA will give $1,000 each to the 500, quote, guards of the Al-Aqsa Mosque, $1,000 over the next 3 months to small business owners in the Old City, $15 million total to repair homes that were damaged, and finally, even some grants to pay for university or to pay off debts. Damages to persons, businesses, and properties in the area were caused during riots started and perpetuated by Abbas and other Palestinian and Arab leaders, though. They were incited when Israel installed added security measures to entrances to the Temple Mount, following a July 14th terror attack where 3 Israeli Arab teens killed 2 Israeli police officers. PA President Abbas also announced after the security was added that he would suspend security coordination with Israel in the West Bank territories. They have since gradually started resuming. In the wake of the tragic July 14th terror attack, plans for a new Druze Soldier Heritage Center in northern Israel are now moving forward. Israeli-American billionaire Chaim Saban is funding the construction of the center in the town of Kisra Sumei, the same city where the fallen Druze Israeli soldier memorial is as well. Friends of the IDF, or the FIDF, facilitated the plans. The center will be roughly 25,000 square feet in size and will be a rest and recreation center for both active and discharged soldiers, as well as a memorial for the fallen. The Druze community in Israel is exempt from military service but largely ignores that right and serves anyhow as a matter of nationalistic pride. It was in honor of this principle that Saban helped realize these plans. Speaking at the groundbreaking ceremony, he said, quote, "The Druze community's reputation is always connected to terms like bravery, sacrifice, and sanctity of life. To this day, hundreds of Druze soldiers have given their lives protecting Israel. The FIDF Druze Soldiers Heritage Center is the very least we can do to show our gratitude and admiration for their sacrifices." End quote. A massive transfer of documents has just been made coming from the Buenos Aires Foreign Ministry to the United States Holocaust Memorial Museum in D.C. The 38,779 documents are digital copies, mainly letters, telegrams, newspaper articles, notes, and reports, but many of them are related to Nazi war criminals. The Argentine Foreign Ministry produced the documents between 1939 and 1950, when Argentina was still a major refuge for Nazi war criminals. Both Adolf Eichmann and Erich Priebke, for example, among many others, were captured in Argentina. The agreement for the transfer of documents was finalized and signed on Friday, giving the Holocaust Memorial Museum a whole treasure trove, so to speak, of new evidence. Hopefully, it will help to shine more light on what remains one of the darkest stains in human history.
That's all for now. I'm Aaron Porras, and see you later with our main daily broadcast from Israel at 2 p.m. Eastern Time.